This is a Big Facts Network exclusive.
And we are back. Another beautiful day at the Water Boyz Show. The sun is shining on the great city of Atlanta, and we are having a great time. My guy, how you doing?
I'm doing good. It's actually shining today, too.
Well, it's shining every day I wake up. I don't know about you, but any day I wake up, the sun is shining for me. I never see a cloud.
It was raining the last time, but it's all good. Let's keep it moving.
Okay. All right. That's what you want to do? You just want to keep it moving?
Yes.
Okay, all right, man. The cat got his tongue today. But look, ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, we always tell you, give us that digital currency that is love in a digital form. That's a like, a share, a subscription. Make sure you subscribe, tell a friend to tell 10 more friends. And after that, tell them to tell 10 more. That's right. I didn't say 10 more. I said 10 more. Make sure you follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, everywhere you can find us. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, make sure you leave us a rating, 5-star rating or review. Leave us some comments. That helps more people find this show that talks about these blood pressure birds and everything inside the city of Atlanta. And then when you get done with that, you see myself, you see this Water Boyz Show logo, and then you can show my partner who the cat got his tongue. The cat got his tongue, but the cat did not get his hoodie and his sweatshirt. Make sure you go to 285 clothing.com. That's 285clothing.com. Get you some official Water Boyz Show merch. Everything we're talking about, the blood pressure birds. And we even have the shut up or move hoodies for all the people who want to have something to say but still live here. We love y'all, but at the same time, either get with the city or roll on out. You know what I'm saying? So go to 285, check that out. That's in conjunction with Atlanta culture. Now today, I feel like we getting ready to have us a good show, B. Rich.
I do too, man. I like the energy.
Yeah, man. We finna have us a really good show. We love to bring y'all great people that's from the city that have done great things within the city. So we have one of Atlanta's own, someone who went from Doug High and ended up becoming the mayor of the great city of Atlanta. Hey. Someone who is looking to take the governor's house and the governor's position right here coming up in the election. Someone that we love in the city of Atlanta. My wife went to Doug High, so she loves this person. She loves everything Frederick Douglass, so she is rooting for her, and we had to bring her through the show. If you don't know who we are talking about, we're talking about Keisha Lance Bottoms. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. What's up with you? How you doing, Keisha?
Well, you got great taste.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're an Astro.
Well, you know, she has great taste because she got her East Sider.
Touche.
You know, yeah. So my wife, she went to Doug High. Shout out to my wife. Hey, babe. Graduated in 93. So she loves all things Frederick Douglass. I mean, I have to go to all. Well, I don't think Mays and Doug will be playing this year, but in the other game, anytime they play, we have to go to every single game. It's a huge rivalry. Her and all her friends, they get together when they had like an alumni picnic. I go out, and so you guys have a real good community. You guys love your school.
We do. I mean, and it is still the best school in Atlanta. Let's just set the record straight. But it was a great place, and we'll consider you an honorary Astro.
Oh well, look, I appreciate that, but I'm from the East Side. I don't want it. I'm from the East Side. I want all things East Side, but I appreciate y'all at least showing me love when I show up to the picnic. Okay, well, I'm taking it back then. Okay, all right. Well, look, as long as I can get a plate when I come to the cookout.
All right.
You can't get a plate. You took it back.
You're not invited at all. They don't even acknowledge you on that side.
North Fort to North Atlanta.
You got on the black and gold. Yeah, so see, here you go, honorary.
Even though I went to North Atlanta, it's all good.
Yeah, well, look. While we talking about Doug High, I do want to ask you this. Is it something in the water? What's so special about Doug High? Why do you think you guys have so many influential people and amazing individuals who have gone on to do a lot of great things, not just in entertainment in the public eye, but there are a lot of people here who've gone on to have really great careers and impact the community. Why do you think Frederick Douglass is so great and produces so many rock stars?
It was just a center of pride for us. So my principal was Mr. Butts, who became Dr. Butts, and Mr. Hill, who became Dr. Hill. And no matter where you came from, no matter what your background was, when you walked through the doors, you were all on even playing fields. So we had everybody from Collier Heights and upper middle class folk to kids who lived in Bowen homes. But when you walked in, like, there was no difference in your background. We were all given the same opportunities, all made to believe that we could be great if we did the work. And they did not play. At that time, Douglass didn't have windows. So Dr. Hill used to keep this big thing of keys. And if he caught you, he used to walk on the roof. He'd throw those keys at you down that hallway. So people used to call it a prison, not just because we didn't have windows, but because they ran it like you were on lockdown. But in hindsight, it was probably necessary. We were the largest school in Atlanta, one of the largest in the state at that time. And if we didn't have that type of discipline and those high expectations, it really could have been out of control.
Okay. Yeah, I heard all about the keys. My wife has talked to me about the keys as well. So look, let me ask you. We had Mayor Dickens come by last year, as a matter of fact. He came by and sat with us, and you already know he represents Mays, and so he had a lot to say. He said he was gonna be praying for my wife because she went to Doug, and so he had a lot to say about Doug. Why do you think?
Right.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, I got a lot of friends who went to Mays too. Shout out to my boy Terrence. But I want to ask you this: why do you think the rivalry between Doug and Mays was so special, and what did it mean to you to have that rivalry between those two teams?
I think it had everything to do with proximity. You had so many kids who lived in the same neighborhoods, and at that time, Douglass and Mays were both destination schools. We actually lived in Austell when I went to Douglass. I used somebody's address now that the statute of limitations has run.
Okay, cool.
I can share that. But I think it had everything to do with proximity. Literally, when you cross over the railroad tracks right there, Delmar and M.L. King, then you went to the Mays side, Collier Heights and Mays. So a lot of cross-pollination in the community.
Okay. All right. Yeah, man. So look, they're not gonna play this year. Mays and Doug, they will not be playing this year. My wife, she was disappointed, and I don't know what they've done with some of the rezoning or the way they structure the game and the league right now. But how do you feel about that? Doug and Mays not playing this upcoming season?
Yeah.
Well, they could play in the playoffs.
Well, you know, it's funny. I was cleaning out some stuff out of my mom's garage, and I still had the program from the 1985 football game between Mays and Douglass, which was pretty incredible. And shout out to Chief Rod Smith from the Atlanta Fire Department. I saw he was on the football team. And so it's such an historic rivalry. And then I know at some years they wouldn't let us play just because fights would break out. So it just saddens me that APS as a whole has struggled so much because APS used to be one of the best school systems, and I know that the desire is still there, but just the layers of challenges that APS has had, and I don't think Douglass and Mays have been immune to that. But even with those challenges, like, incredible kids are still graduating from APS, and outcomes are still tremendous. But the school system as a whole, you know, from the cheating scandal and just some of the ups and downs with the turnover in superintendents, I think has created, in some ways, an instability that APS is still struggling to kind of iron out.
Okay.
So let me ask you a question. So when you was coming up at Doug and you was in college, what made you say, hey, I want to be the mayor of Atlanta?
You know what? I never thought about being the mayor of Atlanta until a long time after I graduated. In fact, when I met my husband, who was in the last graduating class from Southwest before it turned into Mays, he told me he wanted to be the mayor of Atlanta. And I'm like, what? people I don't want to be the mayor. It had never occurred to me. I ended up going to serve on the bench in Fulton County and Magistrate Court as a judge. Then lost my first race when I ran for Superior Court judge, ran for city council, and then it was just sort of a natural progression. And I think it just falls under the headline, if you can see it, you can be it.
Yeah.
I saw it and then realized that I, too, could do it.
So when did you realize, like, you know what? I'm going to actually win this. And what did you think? Like, damn, I actually won.
You know, my prayer always when I ran for mayor was that God's will be done. I said, if you don't want it for me, I don't want it for me. I always knew that I could win. I remember the night of the election being, we were at the Hyatt in a suite, and the vote count kept going back and forth. And at some point, I saw we were tied. And I had on my dress, my heels. You know, I was ready to go down to the stage at some point. And I just dropped to my knees. And I, like, put my hands on the ground, my face on the floor. And I'm like, Lord, I know you didn't bring me this far to let me lose. Like, I would have rather have lost by a whole lot than a little.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
And I just went into prayer, and we were victorious, obviously.
So as we talk about your time as mayor, like, if you had to say, like, what your legacy was as a mayor of the city of Atlanta, what would you say that legacy would be?
The leadership during my term, we had challenge after challenge after challenge when I served as mayor of Atlanta. And I think I will probably most be remembered just by how the city navigated those difficult times from the pandemic to the summer of 2020. But with that being said, we did so many transformative things. Centennial Yards, we closed that deal, which is right outside Mercedes-Benz Stadium. But it wasn't just about this largest real estate transaction in the history of southeastern United States, largest public-private partnership. We created an affordable housing trust fund citywide, affordable housing units, a savings account for all of our kids in kindergarten and Atlanta Public Schools. We put money into job training over at Atlanta Area Tech, created a workforce innovation program. Our administration created a job training program for the Water Boyz
Of Atlanta.
in Atlanta, so they could get entrepreneurial training.
Oh, that's
and if
awesome.
they came and sat in this program, they got a gift card every month. $200 for getting this training. And, you know, people are like, they're menace. I'm like, no, they're hustlers. They're entrepreneurs. A grandmother came up to me and said, you don't know how much this has changed our lives. This was like right after Thanksgiving. She said, last year we had hot dogs for Thanksgiving. This year, my grandson bought us a turkey.
Wow.
So
Hey,
that's what makes me proud.
We got to give it up for that. That's awesome.
Yeah. Those are the things that I'm most proud of, honestly. Those lasting legacy things that I know are transforming lives.
Yeah, Centennial Yards. I mean, the way it's coming together with the lights and the buildings, like, it's definitely transforming the city of Atlanta. When I look at it like that, like cosmetically, the way that it looks down there, I mean, it looks amazing. So I want to ask you this: governor versus mayor. How was being mayor? Like, how did that impact you and prepare you for now running to govern the entire state of Georgia?
You know, governing as mayor, there's nothing like it, being a mayor, because you are on the ground. You are right there with the people, and you have to be able to get things done. You have to know how to get along with people who may not agree with you. You have to learn how to navigate complex issues from dealing with the White House to dealing with potholes. You have to know how to balance a budget. You have to know how to lead a workforce. And it's leadership. I mean, it is leadership in its rawest form. And then, to then have to do it as a state. When you think of Atlanta, Atlanta is the capital of Georgia. So many things that happen in the city have touch points around the state. And it's just leadership preparation. After I left the mayor's office, I went to the White House and served as senior advisor to the president. So to sit, 5 feet from the Oval Office every day in a meeting, Atlanta, being mayor, had prepared me for all of that.
Mm-hmm. So awesome. So you talked about like keeping your composure and things of that nature. And I can tell like you one of us, you're a real sister, and going through like opponents that you may not like or have in debates. It's like I know you are, but what am I? Like, how do you control not just crashing out, man? Because sometimes if I was there, I think I'd just crash out, man. How do you not crash out?
I'm looking at my daughter who's sitting across from me laughing because we were at an event last week and this woman starts yelling at me. She's up in my face, telling me which way I can't go. I mean, and she was all up in my face. And I'm going, I need you to back up out of my face. And I'm trying to stay composed. And then she says, and she says something to somebody, one of the officers who was with me, and that's no reason to be disrespectful. And nobody was being disrespectful. But the next thing that was about to come out of my mouth, and I stopped myself, was disrespectful, was that you showed up at work with those pin curls in your hair. And that is...
That's Atlanta right there.
That was the Atlanta in me, and I'm like, oh, no, you can't say that. And I just said, no, ma'am, nobody's being disrespectful. And I was so proud of me. Lincoln, weren't you proud of me? Yes, she was proud of me too. So... It is hard sometimes, but I am always aware that I'm representing, and I always say when you lose it, you lose. Yeah. So for me, it's just always about trying to keep the upper hand by keeping it together. I'm not always successful.
You're human,
but I have slipped a time or two, but. Publicly anyway, I slip at home all the time, but I just try and remember I can't unravel while everybody else around me is unraveling.
Yeah. I mean, you're human at the end of the day. I mean, so I could see myself being in that same position and be like, Trey, please, Trey. And I probably have to look at one of my children the same way you able to look at yours and be like, let me hold myself down because I know I would really want to go off.
Yeah, and when somebody's up in your face and I'm just like, ma'am, what I need you to do is get out of my face. But I was very calm. I was super calm.
Yeah, I'm ludicrous in your head. Move, yeah.
So, governor, that's a big step. There hasn't been a black female governor ever in the history of the United States.
Yeah.
So we speaking to the water. That's what I do. I speak to the water. So the masses of the water, and we put the water. We want Mayor Bottoms to be Governor Bottoms. So y'all out there, y'all make sure y'all go and make sure you support her. What made you want to just like take on a big step like that to be governor of Georgia? And at that, the first black governor at that, when you become governor, because you're going to become governor. Well,
thank you. I received that. Mm-hmm. I prayed about it. It was the day after the presidential election. I was disappointed but not surprised by the results. But I prayed about what I'd be called to do in this season. And, life was not uncomfortable for me. I was doing lots of things that you get to do when you don't hold public office. And, when you pray, you got to be prepared for what God puts on your heart. Mm-hmm. And for me, it was stepping back into the ring just because I know what we need in this moment. And we got to have somebody who's fighting on behalf of all of us, somebody who's not afraid to stand up, push back, somebody who knows how to get things done. There's so many people who are struggling right now across this state. People are talking about housing costs, gas costs, healthcare costs. Like, these are real issues that we had a lot of success with when I was mayor of Atlanta. But I also navigated so much while Trump was the president. So I know what it's like to deal with this White House, too, and still be able to get things done, even in the midst of all the chaos that he brings to us. So when you pray and God tells you to go, you go. And that's why I'm here.
Go ahead. You know what your biggest strength is to like make you win in life?
What's that?
Is your smile.
Oh.
Just smile, you're going to get whatever you want.
Well,
so like when you have a hard time in the White House and in Georgia and with the Congress or whatever, just smile. It's going to come down.
Thank you.
No, seriously, I mean that. That's a gift.
I appreciate that.
Okay, all right.
He wanted to crack a joke.
All right, man. I don't have nothing to say, man. I didn't know my guy was an orthodontist. You
know what we did learn today, right? You know what we did learn today.
Sorry, I didn't know.
You was born at Crawford Lawn.
I was born at Crawford Lawn.
I was born at Piedmont. And he was born outside the Popeyes by South Dakota Mall.
Whatever you want to say. I'm taking it light because I know your mama going to watch this episode.
my mama, his mama, they critique it. They critique us.
It's all good. Yeah. So look, let's
Mamas always give great feedback.
100%. I mean, even when you don't ask for it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, mama. Hey, but look, let's get into some sports. Yes. All right. Like, out of all of your sports memories when it comes to the city of Atlanta, what is your greatest Atlanta sports moment?
It was when the Braves won the World Series. I think it was the 91 parade. And I was in law school at Georgia State. I met my husband. We were classmates. We weren't dating or anything at that time. So y'all remember that parade. It was very orderly. They had the barricades up. Mm-hmm. So we had walked from the law school down to watch the parade. And one of the Braves players was on the car. Now, mind you, I was like 21 and single. Yeah. And he was like, give me your number. He was like, motioning. So I jump over the barricade. This is a true story. To hand him my number.
That's right.
And then the crowds just started jumping over the barricade. And the whole parade, was disrupted. And so the joke was, so my husband's like, okay, wait. He's like, so I'm glad he hung in there with me.
I'm glad he did too.
So, but it was, aside from the dude trying to get
Who was the player?
I cannot remember. I remember his face. I don't remember his name.
Probably Ryan
It'll come back to me. It wasn't. And it wasn't Brian Hunter. It was another guy.
Jordan?
No.
Dion?
No.
Chipper Jones.
I'll find his name.
Dale Murphy?
And there's so many backstories with that.
Yeah.
Because he asked me he wanted to meet me somewhere. My then classmate, who's now my husband, was like, don't go down there.
Hey, as he should have. He knew he had his eye on you then.
So lots of backstories there. But the whole parade was disrupted. But it was so exciting for the city because we had won the World Series. And, we had been in a drought like my whole life. So aside from my blowing up the whole parade, and that was a big headline that, the parade was disrupted and fans were swarming the cars, but I take credit.
You take credit? Right?
I was the first one who jumped over the barricade. I'm like, here you go, cutie.
Oh, Keisha, give that number.
That's right. Hey, I like that. One of his friends disrupted the parade as well.
No, we're not talking about that. We're not going. No, we're not bringing that up on this show. Okay, all right, we're not doing that. But I gotta give credit to your husband because I know me. Maybe some people would call it petty. I don't think it's petty, but if my wife had done that, she would still be hearing about it today. I would take it to the Braves game, but you might start a riot.
That's a good one.
Well, shortly after that, he made it known that he was interested in me. So I guess it kind of worked. He's like, let me go in and lock this down.
Yeah, he did. He's smart. She started riding.
I didn't even know that he liked me. So
now look, I do. Look, that's an interesting story. Have you ever told that story before, like on a public platform? That's awesome. That's an awesome story.
I've shared that I was the first to jump the barricades. I never shared why. And again, I was 21.
Yeah,
I was young. I was single. He was cute. He had just won the World Series, and
he was trying to make it happen.
And he was like, "Give me your number." I was like, "Got it."
Look at God.
I got a story like that. Me and him was at the Super Bowl. It was the Giants playing the Patriots. And I was looking at the Patriots cheerleaders, and man, I spotted a cheerleader, and I said, "Let me get your number." I found her Instagram and got her number.
See, this was before Instagram. You had to write it on a piece of paper,
and you had to jump the barricade.
Well, I couldn't have jumped the barricade in the Super Bowl. I wanted to jump the barricade.
So look, let me ask you this: if you could own one of the Atlanta sports teams, any one of them, which one would it be and why?
Oh, that is so hard because I love the Hawks and I love the Falcons. I would say, oh, goodness, that's a hard one. Lincoln, which one? I'm looking at my daughter. She said neither one. It's a tie. I mean, though, that's a tie.
Okay, well, let me ask you this then. All right. If we all knew for a fact only one more team could win a championship out the city of Atlanta, which team would you pick to be the one to get that championship?
The Hawks.
Wow.
Just because, we love our Falcons, and they had a chance. And God willing, they'll have another chance.
Okay.
But I'd like the Hawks to get there.
You got season tickets, you go down to the Hawks, you and your family, you all go to Hawks games?
We have season tickets for the Falcons.
Okay.
We used to have Hawks season
and you
tickets.
picked the Hawks. Okay.
Yeah.
So you.
But I love the Falcons. I mean, we are at every game. I'm in my gear. I love the Falcons. I just, the Hawks have just never been to the big dance.
Yeah, so you didn't have the opportunity to go.
The Falcons have been to a Super Bowl. Hawks have not been to a championship.
Okay, well, speaking of that Super Bowl that our Falcons went to, we know the outcome of the latest. They went to 2. They played his team and the Broncos the first time.
Hey, that's a false statement. I'm a Falcon fan.
so they lost to the Broncos the first one, but the last one, of course, we know how that game ended against the Patriots. It was a lot of heartbreak. But if that game would have continued to go our way and had the Falcons won the Super Bowl, what do you think that would have meant to the city? How would they have changed the city? And what would that Super Bowl win have meant to you?
Oh, I mean, listen, if you know anybody from New Orleans, they're still talking about winning the Super Bowl. So
you still catch that.
Can you imagine how proud we would be? Because it doesn't take a lot to make us proud.
You're right about that.
So it would have just been epic beyond belief. And it will happen.
Thank you.
I believe.
Talk to the water.
That's right.
Talk to the water.
Happen.
Yeah, okay.
It will happen.
And maybe she may become a Falcons fan.
So, yeah, I want to talk about that. So,
Okay.
Me and my partner, man, we experienced a lot of people that's from Atlanta that aren't Hawks fans or Falcon fans. So we call them the hometown haters.
Ooh.
So how did Lincoln become a hometown hater?
It's my daughter, Lincoln, who, by the way, is the biggest sports fan in the house. I don't know how I could have a child in my house. But she's the first one ready for the Falcons game.
I bet she is.
Wants to be
like
at every. I just believe she wants them to be winners.
That's what it is.
But she said her favorite team's the Lions, so go figure. So
They don't win. Have they won?
I mean, we haven't won either.
They're just like us. But hey, you probably have a favorite player on there that you like. That's what it is. Who's that
running
player?
back? Yeah.
That's what it is. I get it.
But she does love UGA. So
Okay, go Dogs. Look, we gotta We got one. We got a chip.
Yeah, I'm just so disappointed. I don't know how my daughter could not. Well, you like the Falcons, you just don't love the Falcons. Would that be accurate? Okay.
It's been a lot of heartbreak. Is that
I
what
can
happened?
understand.
You saw the Falcons take your parents through some heartbreak, and you were like, you know what? I'm not going through that. I'm going to be a lot smarter than my parents when it comes to this. My son, he's 14, getting ready to go to the 10th grade, so they basically just about the same age. And he has a love and hate relationship with the Falcons. He loves them. But at the same time, he has a lot of negative things to say. Whenever they do bad, he was like, yeah, I should have known we were going to lose. I mean, this is how it always happens.
Yeah, it's the Falcons. As I say, the Falcons be falconing.
You know what
and we love them.
You know what I call them? My nickname for them?
What?
I call them the blood pressure birds.
Well,
that's what we call them.
It's okay. They keep it spicy.
Oh, they keep it real spicy. Okay.
I became a fan in 1980, so I still love them, and like you said, we're gonna win one.
I mean, really, my whole life, my granddaddy used to watch the games. My daddy was a big baseball fan. My granddaddy used to listen to baseball on the radio. The Hawks, like it's, I'm an Atlanta sports fan through and through.
So, man, it's World Cup time, and when we secured the World Cup. Were you in the administration at that point? Did you play a role in us securing the World Cup? Because I know a lot of these things go years and years back before they come to a city. Yes,
we were part of the bid. Our administration was part of the bid to bring the World Cup to Atlanta. We were part of the process in submitting that bid. So I'm very proud that it's here.
Yeah, so have you had a chance? I know you're busy. I know you're busy with your campaign. I know you have a lot of things to do. Have you had a chance to like participate in any of the festivities, check a game out, check an event out, show your face, like, hey, I'm part of the reason it's here?
So I've gotten 2 invitations. Neither would work on my calendar. My husband texted me yesterday and said he had 4 tickets. So if one of my kids backs out, then maybe I'll get to go today. I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah, I think Haiti and someone else is playing today. I can't remember who Haiti's playing, but Haiti's playing today. Are you going? You interested in going to the soccer game? Yes. So she just loves sports.
Oh, she loves everything about sports. So, yes. So, and I'm looking at this Georgia Tech Cup, and we were talking about Douglas High School. So I got another story.
Okay. Go ahead. I want to hear.
So when I was in high school, I loved Georgia Tech basketball. Everything about Georgia Tech basketball. I loved Dwayne Farrell. So I would talk about him all the time. And Coach Dollar was my health teacher. Coach Dollar was the basketball coach. And he said, if you can get Dwayne Farrell to come speak to our class, I'll give you an A. And I had a C in the class. So I went up to Georgia Tech to look for Dwayne Farrell. And I couldn't find him.
Okay.
And I met Bruce Dalrymple.
I remember him.
And he said, I'll come. I said, okay. And I'm like in the 11th grade. He came and spoke to my class, and Coach Dollar gave me an A.
Yeah.
Wow. Boy, hey, look, you done had that influence for a while.
I know.
Hey, the resident orthodontist said he smiled.
I mean that.
And Bruce became a really good friend of mine. We stayed in touch for a long time.
So I got a question, right? So me and Trey, we come from the music industry. And doing some research, we found out that Major Lance is your father, and he had a couple, like 3 hits in the 60s. How was that growing up, knowing your dad was a star in the music industry? And how tell us about that. I don't think a lot of people know that.
It felt normal because my dad coached the baseball team at Adams Park. So he was very much a hands-on dad. So it was I knew he was a singer, but it wasn't a big deal to me until later. And he would always say to me, he's like, baby, I know you don't, I would say, Daddy, I met so-and-so, and he said he knew you, or he had heard of you, and he said, baby, I know you don't believe it, but I used to be a really big deal. So, he gave Elton John his professional start in music.
Wow.
He opened for the Beatles. So he really was a big deal, but to me, he was just daddy.
Yeah.
And then later, I think with the internet, and I'm like, oh, yeah, he was a big deal. There's this picture of Paul McCartney getting off the plane when the Beatles returned to England after their first tour of America, and he has my daddy's album under his arm coming off the plane, and he's waving at the fans. Wow. I'm like, all right, Daddy, yeah,
that's a big deal. That's a big deal. Go ahead, Trey.
This is what I want to know. You know, because we want to know if the apple fell far from the tree, or if the apple's close to the tree. Are you musically inclined? Can you sing?
I'm close to my mama's tree. No. I like to sing. I sing all the time.
Can you give us a sample? No, just funny.
So a pot was major.
Lincoln said no. Please
so look, if pot was major Lance, you would be minor Lance.
That's a good one. That's a good one. So we got Governor Minor Lance. That took her. That was a good one. That's a good one.
Great one.
Trey, you got her, bro.
Well, look, I know it has to be still like a beautiful thing that as time goes on to find out all these special things about your father, because like when we're kids, our parents, they're superheroes to us, but they're superheroes because of the parent that they are. And sometimes we don't see the external stuff that's outside the house that the rest of the world sees them as. So as you grow and you were able to learn that about him, I know it just kept giving you moments, I would imagine, you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, to continue to get closer to your father, just him, his memory, everything about him as time goes on and you learn more and more about him.
Yeah, and the beauty is that of YouTube and the internet, I still come across videos that blow me away that I've never seen, because it's videos of him performing in the 60s before I was born. And it just, and one of the, just something that really warmed my heart, one of my best memories from one of the picnics at Douglas, a guy came up to me who lived in our neighborhood who was older than me. He was my sister's age. And he said, you know what I always loved about your daddy? He said, whenever somebody famous would come to your house, your daddy would call all the kids in the neighborhood to come over so they could meet them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
He said, and like he wanted us to have that exposure and to be included. And he said, I just always remember that, and it just always made me feel so special as a kid. And it's something my daddy didn't have to do, but that was the type person he was.
That's awesome. I love to hear that.
Yeah.
So look, we almost getting close to time. You know, I know you can't stay with us forever. But have you had time, or has Lincoln put you up on anything that's going on with the Falcons this year? Like anything that's happening now? Are you excited about this new season that we're getting ready to have?
Well, Lincoln keeps the whole family group chat updated. So last night during the draft, she was, giving her input.
Awesome.
She, who's getting drafted, who got what NIL deal. Lincoln, what's the update on the Falcons? How we're looking for this season?
We look okay.
We look okay. Okay.
That's about right. I mean,
on the scale from 1 to 10.
7.
A 7.
Oh.
Okay. Well, that's encouraging.
I would say she's very up to par. We got some quarterback issues. We got to pan out. We got to see who's going to be our starting quarterback. They both are good quarterbacks, but they have injury history. So if we can get that properly going, that 7 is where we're at right now. Could go to a 9.
Okay. Well, see, I'm going to keep hope alive because I believe in the Falcons.
Me too.
So look, you brought up NIL, like you as you going in to take the governor's office and govern the entire state. Of course, NIL and some of the regulations that'll be around it in the state of Georgia. I mean, you'll be over that. I'm sure people will be coming to you about some of that. Like, what are your thoughts just on NIL period and how it affects?
I love that
Georgia sports.
I love that these young people get an opportunity to make money because the reality is that the vast majority of them will not go pro. I am just concerned about them being about them losing their money. Not very different than entertainers who make money and don't know how to manage it and lose it, and the whole nine. You know, I know it's something difficult to navigate. Just as a parent, what concerns me more than their ability to make money, like I think I'm more concerned about the transfer portal and how, you know, these kids are in 4 or 5 different schools and not planting roots anywhere. And in many ways, I think being exploited. So I'm not mad about them making money. I do think we've got to just think about the model of college sports, period. Nobody complains when the coaches make millions upon millions of dollars. Nobody complains when the schools make money. So why not allow these athletes to make money? I just want to see tighter oversight, just making sure they're not exploited and that they this money then get, you know, blown before they turn 21.
Yeah, them still be able to hold on to something.
Yeah.
So look, here at the Water Boyz Show, we love to do top 5s or Mount Rushmores. So I'm sure we want to hit you with some Mount Rushmore. Let's see what you think if you have some Mount Rushmore lists.
All right,
I'm gonna let B like he is the Mount Rushmore man, and then I'm gonna give you one about Doug High.
All right. So we're gonna put Atlanta figures. Just they could be sports, political, whatever. Who is your top 4 Atlantans of all time for Mount Rushmore?
top 4 Atlantans, excluding my family. And I say that just with all respect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excluding my family, Martin Luther King Jr.,
That's a great one.
Maynard Jackson.
That's a good one.
You said top 4?
You got 2 more to go.
2 more to go. Oh, that's so hard. Lena Horne.
I didn't know she was from Atlanta.
Yes.
Georgia, that's crazy.
She is. She, yeah. Gladys Knight and the Pips.
Okay then. All right, on that midnight train to Georgia.
Trey, who's yours?
What? Atlanta figures? I can't remember. Didn't we do this before?
Yeah, but right now, everything changes.
I mean, of course, it always has to start with Martin Luther King. I'm going to definitely start there. I'm going to lean a little more into sports. I'm going to throw Hank Aaron in there. Hank Aaron, I love what he did. Then I come back to politics. I throw Maynard Jackson off in there because when I was a kid, his name was like, you heard that a lot in our household. And number 4, who do I want to go number 4? Man, that's kind of tough. It's so many. Number 4. You know what, man? He having a great run right now doing this thing, man. I'm going to go with the King, man. I'm going to throw Tip on there for number 4.
You know, man. I almost put Tip in there. I almost put Tip in there.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
4, man.
So let me ask you this. As governor, what are your goals when you become governor? What are you going to change?
Okay, wait. Can we hear your top 4?
Yeah, like he trying to move on. He trying to move on. We doing Mount
come back
Rushmore.
to policy.
Yeah, the orthodontist, boy, I tell you.
I got to go. Deion Sanders. I'm a big fan of
okay.
Deion. He changed the city. Martin Luther King, of course.
I thought we were talking about people from Atlanta.
Oh, from Atlanta? All right, Hank Aaron. Martin Luther King.
Well, Hank Aaron technically not from Atlanta. But I still had him on there.
Okay. Not you. We're not putting you on there.
Did you say Aaron?
Hank Aaron. Dang, I'm getting like you.
There's so many.
Yeah, it is.
To choose from.
It is.
Andre 3000.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Andre
okay.
3000.
One of the stacks.
And I'm going to have to say this because, like, he brought attention to the world. He brought CNN Center.
Oh,
he brought
yeah,
WTBS.
that's
And he just
good.
recently passed. I have to say Ted Turner.
That's good. See,
Okay.
we
It's so many to choose
an
from.
embarrassment of riches is
Yes.
what we have in
Yes.
this city.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are all great.
So look, I'm gonna go on over to Frederick Douglass then. Like two Mount Rushmores. First, give me your Mount Rushmore of figures that went to Frederick Douglass.
Oh, okay. T.I.
Okay, Tip.
Killer Mike.
Killer Mike. Killer Kill.
Let's see. Two more. Oh, my gosh. Chris Morris, he won us the state championship in 84
basketball, right?
for basketball.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
And,
Ooh, he gonna get you.
oh.
He won a Super Bowl.
Oh, Jamal Lewis. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Shout out to Jamal, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a friend of the show. He's been on the show.
Yeah,
Yes, that's
shout
right.
out to Jamal and
Of
his brother
course.
John. Love John.
Yeah.
John is an awesome dude. You know his brother John, right? John Lewis. John went to Doug. Trained. He just got honored in the city. They named the day after him. He trains a lot of senior citizens. Does a lot of great things.
Oh,
so
I
Jamal's
love that.
older brother. Yeah. All right. So I guess we threw a couple sports. I was gonna ask you sports from Doug, but we'll move on because you added a couple athletes
so-
to that list.
You were asking about policies.
So I asked you, I said, when you become governor, when that happens, it's going to happen. We're speaking to the water here now. What are you going to do to change? What are your changes? What's your goals?
I'll give them to you in no particular order. Medicaid expansion. We've not expanded Medicaid in this state. So we've got hospitals closing around this state, including Atlanta Medical in downtown that was torn down. Increasing starting pay for our teachers. Average starting pay is $43,000. Want to take it to $60,000. Eliminating state income taxes for them. Support for our small businesses, especially support for our micro businesses. Those businesses with 25 or less employees, and free technical and community college across the state. I want to create free technical and community college, and then universal pre-K, making sure every child who wants to go to pre-K has a spot for pre-K.
That's awesome. Yeah, like pre-K, that's pivotal. And technical. Yeah. If you can get in, you can go ahead and get a trade on your
That's right.
belt. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you be good to go. Look, we're almost out of here. I do have to ask you this. This is the Atlanta thing that I want to know. Could you do the yeet dance back in the days?
Yes.
Of course I could.
Okay. Then. Could you do it? Oh, all right, then.
Well, you pledged?
Delta.
My daughter pledged Delta. Her name's Ryan.
Oh,
just
where's she pledged?
At Wake Forest.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah. She went to Woodward.
Okay, well, let's see. We got some Woodward Academy kids around here.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. My
Okay.
daughter went to Woodward from kindergarten on, and I'm telling you, man,
Wow.
whew, that was a pretty penny.
It is life changing. But yeah, I'm a Delta. I pledged at Florida A&M University, spring 1990, number 8.
Okay.
Okay.
then.
She's number 6.
then.
Yeah. That's
all
what's
right.
up.
Then.
Number 6.
Yeah.
All right.
I have to get you on the phone with her before we leave.
All right.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, look, well, we appreciate you. Is there anything else you want to touch on before we get up out of here?
Just asking people to please vote, register to vote, and please vote, and just getting your phone and encourage 10 people. So many people have just checked out of the electoral process, and they don't believe that it makes a difference. But it really does. It's not perfect. I'm not a perfect candidate. I'm not a perfect person. Our democracy is not perfect. But the minute that we don't get involved and that we stay home is when we all lose. So you look at what's happening in the White House, from money that's been cut through to our hospitals, to our school systems, to kids not having their student loans forgiven. All of this is because of elections. So just encouraging people, please, please, please vote. Please vote for me. Senator Ossoff is on the ballot. Got a whole list of candidates who will be on the ballot in November. I can't do it without all of us showing up, and I can't be a voice for us if I'm not in the room leading.
I want to say this. Me and my partner argue about voting all the time. The governor's race is different than the presidential. Every vote counts. So if it's like 101 to 100, the 101, you win, right?
That's right.
So that's what I like to hear. So I'm definitely gonna vote this year or whenever it's this year, right?
November, first Tuesday in November.
Okay.
And I'll tell you, even in the primary where I became the nominee, I won 158 out of 159 counties. The one county I lost by 3 votes. So every vote really does matter.
So I want to say this, like me, you know, growing up as a kid, I know I was very disappointed when Hillary Clinton lost and she had the most popular vote, and I thought it's unfair. This is not like that in Georgia, so your vote really will count.
Yeah.
Not saying that the other vote, but if it's 101 to 100, she will win. So get out and vote.
When I won as mayor of Atlanta, I only won by 800 votes out of close to 100,000 votes. Wow. So had 400 something people voted the other way, I would have lost.
Yeah.
So when you do win, there will be a Water Boy Day on my birthday, June 2nd, right? It's no days on June 2nd.
You got it.
June 2nd.
You got it.
I'm just trying to figure out if it's like, you know, a company thing. Why does it have to be on his birthday? But we can talk about that.
And then,
he just immediately tried to take something for himself. But it's all. I always like to see where it's helping, and then especially helping young people to move into what they're gonna do later, become real entrepreneurs, be able to have finances and supplies behind themselves to make things happen. Well, we appreciate it. We pray. I asked you what you wanted to be called. You said call you Keisha.
That's
so
right.
so hey, we good then, Keisha.
We're good.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming by. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming by, rocking with me and my partner, Crazy Self, the orthodontist.
The orthodontist in the house.
The honorary Astro and the knot.
Oh, I'll take that. Hey, I'm from the east side.
I get the cookout food.
Proud.
You don't. I'm coming to the cookout.
My wife will make sure you don't get in. I know way too many people.
Pam got my back.
It's all good. Well, look, like we always say, the Water Boyz Show, we represent Atlanta because Atlanta represents us. On behalf of myself, Trey, we got the great Keisha Lance Bottoms in the building.
Governor.
Thank you.
Very own. We got my partner, B Rich, in the building, the resident orthodontist.
Yes.
We got, what's our guy with Aaron? Whoa, Pittman. Hey, man. Then, of course, we got Caleb. Shout out to Doug. Shout out to Mario. Stilla Mike. T. Terry, my sons, Christian, and Carter. Shout out to Lincoln. Shout out to Janai and everybody that came by and the whole staff for making this happen. Hey, we'll catch y'all next time. The Water Boyz Show. We are out.
Kill the camera.